Welcome to the SNA Live podcast, hosted by Three the Hard Way. This is for the culture. Black and Latinx. Where you at?
What's good, Cigar fam? It's your boy C-Way. Welcome to SNA Live, the show not just about cigars and cigar lounges, but life in general. Because if you're in a nice-ass cigar lounge with your peoples and only talking about cigars, then you missed the whole motherfucking point. We're recording live, as always, from Smoking Ashes, Cigars, and Haberdashery, the hottest cigar lounge in these United States. With me, as always, my partners in crime, the GM and Leak. Say what's up to the people.
Yo, what's good?
What's going on, fam? Blessed to be here, baby. Blessed to be here.
But also today, we have some special guests. We have Miss Frances Martinez, a.k.a. Cigar Chaser. Say what's up to the people.
Hello.
And we have Mr. Dave McCoy, the founder and creator of the Cigar God brand, And these two are pillars of the New York urban cigar culture. Pillars, meaning without them, the culture can't stand.
There's no foundation.
Yes, sir.
Now, as usual, we are part of One Institution Media's platform. We are now part of the OIM family. Today's episode is episode number 16, entitled The Vapors.
Already, 16.
Yeah, 16. Time is flying.
And we're going
man.
live. We haven't even recorded in a minute. We jumped in live, first show.
Yeah. Like I said, it's like a bike, though. Just jump on and just start pedaling. So today's topics, we're going to be asking Miss Martinez and Mr. McCoy how they got into cigars. We're going to be talking about the emergence of the urban cigar culture in New York. We're going to be talking about how they can help keep pushing the culture forward. We're also going to be talking about the importance of creating a brand. And with that being said, as usual, cut your stick, light them up, and let's get it popping.
Welcome to SNA Live, a podcast like no other. Featuring Three the Hard Way. You want it, you got it.
Yes. We are back, episode 16, The Vapors. We are going to touch on the New York City culture when it comes to cigars, and we have two of the pillars present with us. We're going to touch into some history and some new lessons. But right now, it's a perfect time to get your stick, get your drink, get your seat, and let's rock. I must say, this is a grand moment because it's we've never done a live for one with a staff like this.
Nah.
Like we pulled out all the shows for today. We're streaming live. We're on multiple platforms, and we're also going to be on our page. So if you do miss the stream, you can catch us later on IGTV, but you can also catch us when we post everything live on our YouTube pages and on our Castos pages on One Institution's platform. So again, welcome guys. It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here.
Family right here, baby. Family.
Indeed. These are my brothers.
Pleasure having y'all. So we broke down the show to you before we started. We got to get into what we're smoking, what we're drinking, and you know what? I'm gonna let our guests start it off.
That'd be a nice touch.
Mr. McCoy, what do you have over there, brother?
Presently, I'm smoking Midnight Express by Robert Caldwell.
Turn that mic into you, brother. There you go.
Yeah, thank you. I'm smoking the Midnight Express by Robert Caldwell. This is fantastic cigar, by the way. It has a Criollo and Corojo 98. For all you cigar smokers that know what time it is.
That's a great
leaf.
right there.
It's a great leaf, and it's smoking very well. It has some, I don't know, me and my brother had a hard time with the name of this hybrid Connecticut that it's made for, but it doesn't even really look like a Connecticut, but it's some kind of hybrid Connecticut with aspirin.
Aparaca. Okay.
There you go. Yes.
There it is. And that's
Good on the
that's what I'm
Connecticut stuff.
smoking right now. It's a great cigar. Yeah, that's what I'm smoking.
Cool. And Miss Martinez, what did you got?
I got the house blend, the tricolor one. It's Nicaraguan. It's Connecticut, Candela, y Maduro.
Sir.
And I love this cigar because it's my boy Asa. Rest in peace.
Ace's favorite.
Yeah, God bless his
Ace's
day.
favorite.
Yeah. Definitely. Right, brother, what you got?
I'll jump in right away, man. I am smoking the Mil Diaz Edición Limitada 2021. This is it was inspired by the Joya de Monterrey cigar. They got a double, I think it's a double Corona this size.
Yeah.
It's got an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. It's got a Nicaraguan binder, and the fillers are from Costa Rica and Nicaragua. So I mean, you just can't go wrong. I've always loved this size of cigar. It's always been a favorite of mine, and they really sent this one home with this baby right here.
Yeah, ever since we got those on the shelf, them things have been flying
They've
off.
definitely been
I
fine.
love that whole line.
Yeah, no, their line is phenomenal.
Crown heads is dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for
you know
sure.
who's a big fan of that one? Nino.
Yeah, Nino. Every time
Our
you
house
come in.
DJ on Fridays. Check us out. Nino, what up?
Another pillar
Yeah.
in the industry.
Yeah.
No
yeah.
cap.
Definitely. Leak, brother, what you smoking?
So I'm smoking the Liga Maestro from Mumbacho Cigars. One of my favorites in here. When I first came in here, I smoked this thing. Long finish. You know, a lot of flavors going on here. Wrapper is a Habano shade grown in Jalapa. Binder is a Habano Criollo from Jalapa, and the fillers are from Condega and Jalapa. It's a great cigar. This thing burns slow, and you can't get bored with this thing. It changes like every 10, 15
That's one of my favorites from that
This is
line.
a really good cigar. Love this. I haven't smoked this in a while, so I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I smoked.
I haven't had this in probably about 3 or 4 months, man.
It's been long.
I think it's been longer for me since last summer, man.
Yeah, I was about to say the summertime. I think that's the last time I smoked that one.
I had to.
What are you rocking with,
What you
Colin?
got?
So it's an oldie but goodie. Y'all gonna make fun of me. So the Drew Estate Underground. Remember when
yes.
the first time I smoked this, I ain't smoked nothing for like 2 months but this.
This
Yo,
guy.
we had to tell everything. We would go to Rubens or
This guy.
JR's and we'd be like, yo, smoke something else. Nah, I love this.
Nah, yo, you know what I'm saying?
But
You know,
that's the whole thing about the Liga Underground. The way I figured Drew Estate wanted to make a sub cigar
To the Liga
to
9.
The Liga line.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he wanted a go-to cigar where the Liga number 9 and the rest of that line is more of a celebratory thing than an everyday stick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Price points is great.
Perfect price, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great price points.
And the crazy part, Ade, it's funny that you mentioned that because in doing the background research for the cigar for today's podcast, I didn't even know this was like from the same strains of tobacco as the Liga number 9. So I was like, oh, it makes sense why this was one of my favorite, because Liga number 9 is probably my all-time favorite cigar. That and probably like the Padron 1964 anniversary series. But the Liga number 9 is probably up there. So when I did the research on this cigar, I was like, oh, it makes sense. And just to give the people the background, San Andreas Maduro wrapper. We got some
Championship right there.
Nicaraguan binder and a Brazilian and Nicaraguan filler.
That's where you get the complexity from.
Yeah, so you get the notes of coffee with a hint of spice. And like I said, it's kind of like actually, Ade, you put it perfectly. The Liga number 9 is kind of like it's a special occasion.
Yeah.
You don't smoke that every day.
Yeah.
But if you want that
Unless you
kinda-
got it. Unless you got it. If you got
if
it, then it's all good,
you
man.
Got it, you ain't got no worries.
Just saying.
People that actually
Money ain't a thing.
Just saying, some people
Yeah.
do that.
they
But here's the
pause.
thing though, even if like my pockets was deep that where I can do that every day, I feel like you don't appreciate it.
That's
if you
because that's
smoke it
that's
every
the
single
connoisseur
day.
at heart, though. But some
You know what
people
I
just
mean?
get stuck on something.
Yeah, I get you. But it's like, man, if you smoking that every day, then what are you doing for the celebration? You know what I mean?
Shit, yeah, that's a good
Yo,
question.
Ryan gets-
Dope, 2 of them.
Ryan, get stuck on it until you're broke.
Yeah, that's what, facts.
Ass is broke.
You ain't lying there, bro.
God, I got hooked on the Liga, son. I couldn't put him down, man. Bank account was stacked.
Haven't
when
heard
I
a
first
story like
started.
that yet, thank God.
You know?
They came and repoed my car.
Surprised we have it, but yeah, you haven't heard one like that yet.
They repoed my car, man. I'm getting kicked out of my house, man. It's the Ligas, yo. I can't put him down.
How they say in the casino, running home to his bank examiners.
Yes, facts.
White
Facts.
So before we get into our first topic of the day, we got to talk about what we're drinking. And since Leek, you brought the libations for today, I'm gonna let you.
Yes, sir. This
talk
is one
about
of
it.
my all-time favorites right here, especially with a good cigar, man. This is the Basil Hayden. This is not the top of the line. It's just the entry level, but Basil Hayden bourbon whiskey. Again, great pairing with especially with a Nicaraguan cigar. This is my go-to. I see Ade and the crew. They came with some also, so like mine's. Yeah, shout out to Cigar Gods in the building.
What up? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Agua.
Wait, I can do that?
You can do what?
No, we got Farouk, we got Marcus, we got Black, and my brother Kareem.
Yeah, shout him out, bro. Of
shout him out.
course,
Yeah,
man.
no doubt, no
Yes,
doubt.
man, the rest of the cigar gods here. Congratulations to my big brother Farouk on his engagement.
Oh, okay, another
nice,
one.
nice.
congrats.
Okay.
Welcome to the club.
Okay.
Congrats, brother.
Yes, sir.
So yo, you said it's not the top level Basil Hayden, it's the entry level.
And it's still fucking
Even,
awesome.
I was about to say, even the
still
entry
awesome.
level, you still winning.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I mean?
It's not a
yeah.
fucking loss.
Yeah, you
not-
still
not at
winning.
all.
I think we get lost sometimes in the
I would
vapors
say
with
the
things.
Basil Hayden is. I would actually equate it to the underground.
Yeah.
In regards to a balanced bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like it's more balanced. It's not too crazy.
Exactly. I think that's why I love it. Yeah.
Doesn't overpower.
Yes.
No,
That's why I love
that's
having it with a cigar. Yeah, definitely.
I think that pairs well with us.
like peanut butter and jelly. Just goes perfect together.
Well, clearly it pairs well.
So speaking about the cigars in general, let's just jump into it. So, ladies first. I'm gonna let the cigar chaser tell us how long have you been smoking, and what got you into it in the first place.
I've been smoking for 20 years. And I was,
Yeah, give her the whole mic, and then when the day talks, just push yours over to him.
All
Yeah,
right.
we'll move it around.
20 years. I've been serious for the past 11, more into everything about the whole culture. But I used to see my grandmother in Dominican Republic. She used to smoke cigars. So, I mean, and she used to smoke the big bats, like the big baseball bats.
Yeah.
While she grinding her coffee in the morning, and I used to not understand nothing about that. She looked crazy to me. But now that I'm older,
You got it. Now you
I
understood.
was
Makes
like,
sense.
She was living her life to the fullest, but I got introduced at an older age, cigars when it was the 9/11 by my ex. He was like, because I was, going through my emotions at that time, and he was like, "Nah, we're gonna go smoke a cigar," and I was like, "Smoke a cigar?" I was like, "I ain't got time for that." So we went to Davidoff's when they was at Columbus Circle, and he got me Davidoff Geneva, and that was my first cigar that I really got into it and got hooked on smoking cigars.
Now Davidoff will do that, right?
Yeah.
Talk about being spoiled man, from the jump.
Yeah, exactly.
I know I was very treated very well. So that was that's my little story right there.
So, quick question before I ask our day when his first venture into cigars was. Do you think? So you went to the Davidoff Lounge, right? Do you think the experience of the lounge enhanced the whole thing? Like, hypothetically speaking, if he just was like, "Yo, here's a cigar," but you just chilling on the block, do you think it would have had the same impact?
No, because always the ambiance is definitely a factor to the whole experience. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, give or take, but ambiance does help enhance the, all the senses.
Yeah.
So when you're smoking, you're like, oh, I got this, I got some music, I got a nice place.
Yeah.
It definitely enhances the cigar, I think.
Nice. Yeah. It was the same for me. I did. What about you, brother?
Well, okay. Well, so
Yeah, there you go.
I get 2 mics.
Yes, you do.
Can I get 1 mic? Yeah.
All I need is
one
one.
mic. All right. Well, me and my brother Kareem, we was big fans of Marvel Comics.
Okay.
And Kareem's favorite hero, I think, was the Incredible Hulk, and mine was Logan, Wolverine, and that was about
Wolverine, yeah.
I was very
was
young
mine
at the
too.
time.
Yeah.
And Wolverine smoked
He
cigars
stayed chewing on the
Yeah,
cigar.
he did.
all the time.
Still does, even in the
Now,
movie.
this is the most interesting part. Now, I was always curious about smoking cigars, but can I curse?
Yes,
Of course, yeah. Curse the fuck away.
Absolutely.
My brother Kareem.
I cursed in the fucking intro.
Yeah, what the hell? You fucking kidding me, bro?
Fuck shit. Damn it. Fuck. But
As I tell people when they be in here, it's like, and they curse me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, yo, it's a fucking cigar lounge. Yo, you can't curse here.
It's not a church.
Where the fuck
Calm
can
it
you
down.
curse? Yeah.
yeah, so but my brother Kareem, as we got older, of course I was curious about smoking cigars because I loved Logan.
Yeah.
I was so enthralled at that character that like I would buy art straight from Cadence. This is before another company took over Marvel Comics. Cadence owned it, and they used to do this computer art of Logan. I was the only kid on the block with every poster of Logan inside the room. I mean, awesome. Like, I had T-shirts, all that.
Yeah.
We talking about when I was like 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was a huge fan of Logan, but he was always chomping on cigars. He was a very spiritual dude and always a loner. And this is the interesting part. My brother was the first to try the cigar.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I seen my brother on the porch. He had a big motherfucking cigar. Like it had to be this big. It was a big cigar. I don't know where he got that shit from, but it was huge. It was about a 70.
Damn.
And we talking about back in 1989 or some shit like
Oh
that.
shit. Okay.
You know
Where
what
the
I'm
fuck
saying?
did he get that
We was
from?
teens. I was like, where the fuck you get that cigar from?
Yeah.
Like he was smoking it on the porch. So that just gave me the okay. So basically my brother gave me the okay to actually get into cigars. He left that shit alone. I just kept going with it. 34 years strong. And he you know, I gotta give it up to my brother.
34.
34 years.
34 years strong.
Going hard. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just give a quick backstory though, how we met both of these pioneers, man. So, Ra, you obviously, you know, that was us two going up in the cigar inn. What was that? Maybe what? 10 years ago, maybe?
More.
Shit. So, shout out to C. Quillen, as you were. We came up in cigar inn,
As you were.
and he's like, "Yo, you gotta meet this dude, man." We was like, "All right." Our day was in the corner, you know, politicking like he do as usual, you know, talking to everybody, all attention on him, you know, schooling everybody. Just came over and, yo, I just gotta tell you, you showed us like love, like from the beginning, bro.
From day one.
From day one, you know what I mean?
Day fucking one.
And we was brand new into this business. We knew a little bit, but we definitely weren't, you know, seasoned. And every time we would come back, you would always kind of hit us with another jewel, like every once in a while.
Facts. We were full of confidence more than knowledge.
Yeah,
during
we
that
had
time.
confidence. We had the swag. you know that. You know we had the
the
swag.
confidence more than knowledge during that time.
for sure.
I gotta tell y'all, like, what I called y'all, yo, these dudes is y'all gorillas, B.
No, you said beast.
I
No, you
remember
called
that.
beast.
I remember
Beast,
that.
that was your shit.
I remember that.
I was like, yo, these dudes is beast. They not playing. I seen Ryan. I seen Malik. Yo, Conway came like
Couple years later.
And I'm
Yeah.
like this, yo, these dudes is really absorbing all of this shit. Like everything that I said, every word that I said.
Yeah.
Ryan and Malik, they was clinging on to that shit.
Yeah, for
I was
sure.
like, oh my God, like we live our life trying to inform people and try to educate people and not have it fall on deaf ears.
For sure.
Yeah.
This is one of those cases.
Facts.
For sure, man. Yeah, like,
Facts. Definitely wouldn't.
We just
Clearly
kept.
it didn't fall.
We was listening. We was listening, but
listen,
without
bro.
a doubt,
We listen, man.
Without
We
a
listen.
doubt.
But nah, man, you just always show love, and we just kept coming back. And then you always have that little minute where you kind of go into like a real breakdown of the history of the cigar and everything. So, you know, again, we listen to all that. You know what I mean? So just want to appreciate you for that. And
then even watching your release with your cigar and how you maneuvered during that time.
Oh
with
yeah,
your
the Dandy McCoy. That was,
you know, that was.
I told you that was one of my favorites. Bro.
Same here.
I missed that.
Yeah,
cigar,
that was the brainchild of Eddie Ortega.
Yes, sir.
You know, I think him and Eric Espinosa was partners at one time. And Eddie Ortega went
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
he went on to do his own line, the Series D, Ortega Series D, and the rest of them. And he decided to make a cigar celebrating aficionados from all over the United States. He came out with something called the Wild Bunch 12. And he just chose me as one of the guys to represent a month. It just turned out that my cigar
Yeah, it was the best.
great.
It was the best out of all
No,
of
it
them.
was a fucking
I'm
phenomenal.
not just saying that because you
cigar.
peoples. That shit was
No,
the best out of all.
yeah. Like first time I smoked, it, I was like, yo, really?
Yo, what is this? My bad. I don't know if you
first
remember that. I
go-
text you. I was like, yo, this shit is crazy.
His
right
first
here.
launch is this?
Yeah.
What? Oh my God! How do you top that one now?
Malik looking at me like this nigga.
Yeah,
Yo,
facts.
this shit's
Facts.
crazy. I text him like, yo, this is crazy right now.
No, it was but it was something great to see too when we were walking into the culture to see, again, one of the figureheads that were actually moving and shaking and doing something more than just collectively building, you know, and just, you know, hanging out, whatever. You're actually pushing towards, you know, establishing a brand, whether it was, you know, your brand or what
GNS and-
GNS, exactly. Like you were setting the stage for that in New York City.
Yeah.
And everyone saw that and it was hard not to see it.
Yeah.
It really was.
But also, he was like the first,
Yeah, take that back. There you go.
the first man of color. To
That's
be
the biggest
on
one.
Yes.
No, that's exactly. So when I reference the culture, I am referring to our people.
Yes,
You know what I
but
mean?
that-
I'm meaning our people.
But people that don't know,
Facts.
there was
You gotta
he
teach
was
them a little bit.
actually the first.
And to do it at Cigar Inn at that down there. That was
Well, you had Gary Sheffield. I think.
No,
Great baseball player. Great baseball player.
Yeah, that's true. I think Rocky Patel did a line for him.
Yeah.
Like I said, great baseball player. Great
Jack
baseball player.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time on the Yankees.
And Cigar Chaser was always in the cut. Every time we
Facts.
came in there, she was always there. She was representing for the ladies. You know what I mean? Now let me tell you something. I've been around, obviously being around the circuit, we go to different lounges and we see females smoking, but this woman right here will smoke anybody under the table.
yeah, she's without a doubt.
Early. Easy. Yeah.
Like if you follow her, follow her on a page. What do you go through? Like 5 or 6 cigars a day?
I cut down.
All right, good. No, but
Yeah, right.
You know your shit. You definitely know your cigars. You everywhere. You show love to everyone. Anytime anybody's doing something, you always make sure you show love. And we actually did an event with where you represent, was at the level up event.
Which
We
one?
did in the Bronx.
No, that was the
Vitoro
yeah, that was the lifestyle
event. Yes.
circa 2015.
Yes.
Yes.
That was a crazy year. But anyway,
it was cute.
Yeah, it was nice. But no, definitely just again appreciate everything you do representing for the female cigar smokers. Females don't get a lot of credit, in this business, and obviously everybody knows Cigar Chaser. So
Exactly.
But if it wasn't for a day, I wouldn't be.
No, but the thing is, Cigar Chaser, she what she represents in the cigar culture, and also the cigar industry. What you have to understand, like small hands roll cigars. That may be 60% of the hand rollers in South and Central American countries are female.
Yeah.
So it's really delicate, and I don't think they get enough credit. So when you come across somebody like Cigar Chaser, who's as knowledgeable as her in cigars, it's extremely admirable in the male-dominated industry.
Yeah,
sir.
Yeah, definitely.
Big time.
for sure.
Without a doubt. I think that'd be the first time there was like real emotion like that shared on this podcast.
Yeah, that'd be a
That was
first.
nice. That was real nice.
Yeah.
No, but you got to give your flowers when they're doing, and both of you guys deserve just that. I mean, at the end of the day, listen, when I came on the scene, like I said with Malik, this was a brand new thing, but there was only one gig in town, and it was what you guys were doing consecutively and consistently, and that's what inspired the masses of everyone else to, follow through, and that should lead us calmly, into, our actual next.
Yeah, your next question. Yeah, that's actually perfect segue. What's up?
I also got to give a shout out to my brother Kevin Senior Cigar Bristol.
Kevin,
Senor
what up?
Cigar,
What's
that's
good,
right.
brother.
It's my partner, GNS. That's my brother. He's been through a lot, and he's carried carried the GNS Cigar Group for many, many years.
Don't worry about that, brother. We'll clean that
I
later.
stayed in the shadows, so I want to give a big shout out to Kevin Senior Cigar Bristol. One of my heroes.
Shout out Senor, brother.
Facts, man. Facts, definitely, man.
So, Ade, the cigar culture in New York, or specifically the urban cigar culture, past and present. I just want to kind of get your thoughts on somebody who pretty much was the pioneer leading it, and where it's at today, and what you've seen in terms of from where it started to where it's at right now.
And pull it, yeah, because we need this audio right here.
Now,
Big facts about to go on right now.
Now, in regards to the emergence of the urban cigar culture, I have my own philosophy.
Okay.
And I would like to share that philosophy with you brothers. I've spoken to people about this a few times, and what people have to understand is that cigars is an excellent relaxation tool. And saying that is to say that depending on your struggle, day to day, will determine how you invest in your peace of mind. And the reason why this there's this emergence in the urban cigar culture is simply because our struggles are different.
Yeah.
Some people are given a silver spoon. Some people are born into money. Malik, Ryan, Conway, they come from the same thing that we all come in, and they had to scrounge to get this. They had to work hard to get where they at right now, and
Crack a couple heads too.
crack a couple of heads. I didn't want to say that.
Nah, it's okay. I just wanted to lighten that up there a little bit.
So I think the reason this cigar culture would continue to emerge is a fundamental principle of investing in our peace of mind. Black people don't mind investing in our peace of mind. Latinos love to invest in their peace of mind. So whatever it is that we can use, or whatever tool there is to promote that relaxation, we're going to do it. And cigar smoking, for some reason, people are so drawn to it. And it's because it creates something outside that, it creates something inside that you can't find outside. Familiar faces and familiar personalities in which on normal basis you won't find anywhere else. I mean, like, you can't find on the street. So when you open up a lounge or you do a herf, you get to chop it up with people that you don't normally chop it up
Facts.
with.
Yeah.
And you chop it up with them on levels that's educational and social and it's just a great camaraderie. And this is why the emergence of the urban cigar smoker will continue to grow, because people want to invest, blacks, particularly darker people, want to invest in their peace of mind, and this is one of them. And this is why it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon.
Would you agree that this was something that has been taken away from our culture for decades? This was always a relaxation method that was enjoyed by people of a different complexion compared to us throughout the years.
Absolutely.
And it was also harnessed and sold and cultivated in shops that were not allowing us to walk into these specific locations to sit and frequent and purchase from them.
And we did. They didn't make us feel comfortable.
Correct.
The irony
And I'm
being-
even going back further,
But the irony being, the people that made the cigars
they look just like us.
look like us.
Facts.
And that's the painful part.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I say this often, and I'm in 1995, in the 90s period, I used to frequent these lounges in Manhattan, and what I would see was like I didn't think anything of it. You know what I'm saying? I just thought this was just their spot. So I used to go to these lounges in Manhattan, and that's all you see is them. None of us. We didn't exist in those lounges, but I did know there was plenty of urban cigar smokers. There was a lot of black and Latino cigar smokers everywhere. They just didn't have a home.
Correct. Yeah. Real
They didn't
talk.
have a home.
Yeah.
So honestly, Kevin and I say this to people all the time, it was deliberately done on a site called socialcigar.com that we wanted to change that. We knew these people was all over the place, and we wanted to get us all together to start smoking cigars together in these lounges, and that's where Baz, Billy, and Gus gave us the opportunity on 2nd Avenue.
Shout out.
Those are the former owners of Cigar Inn.
Shout out.
You don't
Gus,
know.
Bill.
All right, he just hit me up tonight. He wanted to hang out, and I was like, "Yo, I'm doing a podcast." He said, "Do it."
That sound like him.
He said, "Do it." So that's my, in regards to the emergence of the urban cigar smoker. It's not going to stop just on that philosophy. It's just a fundamental principle of investing in one's peace of mind
I agree.
and relaxation.
I agree. I heard a story with Ray Lewis. I'll tell you real quick. He had spoken about how cigars were important to him, and he didn't understand it when his grandfather actually was trying to teach it to him. And what happened was, he smoked with him for a few years, didn't really get it yet. He just saw it as, I was just smoking and you're smoking, whatever.
Yeah.
His grandfather passes, and he's getting consoled by his family. And during this time, some of his family members start sharing some cigars, because obviously that's what Grandpa did.
Yeah.
He finally lit a cigar, had a moment by himself, and had an epiphany at that moment. That moment in time for him that he had there, that was the moment that his grandfather was trying to teach him, not about his death, but about that peace.
Yeah.
About that moment to get yourself together, that collective moment that is your time. You know, there's funny memes that always say that this is asshole repellent because it pushes people away. You know what I mean? And realistically, when you smoke cigars, the people that don't need to be around you don't need to be around you.
Yeah.
That's when you have your time.
Real talk.
That's when you get your moment to, you know, get some clarity, or just fuck it. You just want to be fucking alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You could be going through some shit, or you could be going through nothing. You know, you don't need an excuse for it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just touches on that, you know, that thing with the whole meditational piece and all that.
Oh no, forget about it.
Yeah, for sure. Cigar Chaser, I mean, same question, but I would like to hear from a female point of view as far as the female industry, because I know you're big in the female industry. Like I said, I know a lot of the ladies around the country, not just in the tri-state area, the country follow you, and I know you visit. You know, you go to Miami, you go to Atlanta. What do you sing right now?
It's different from a female because guys is more of a get together, celebrate, or football, whatever. Women, I'm still trying to understand.
Trying to figure out how to get them collectively together.
I'm like, what?
I mean, you're not lying there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
I mean, because everyone has their own
Thing.
thing going on.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to understand why why it's so overpopulated now. And I love it, because I'm all for women all the time.
And the growth, obviously, you're for it. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. I love to see it. But when you have the wrong intentions, when you come into this culture and you're not really doing your homework and you're just a puffer, not a smoker.
Wow. Hashtag.
Yeah.
I got a
You a
hashtag.
puffer, not a smoker.
T-shirt. Yeah.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Was
You're
hard. That was a hard
puffer,
line right
not
there.
a smoker.
Bars.
Damn. Oh shit.
You know, I had to get 80s on you.
Okay.
No, but I mean, that's where I have a...
That was tough.
That was tough.
Yo, that was real tough.
No, but that's what it is, because...
No, it's real talk.
You know,
Got the auto gauge on.
I don't know
Click
how to...
the trigger. There you go.
Okay. You know, it's just, that's the only problem that I'm having right now, because it's overwhelming.
So, you were saying that you had mentioned that it's a growing thing right now. You're saying it's becoming a little
too much.
So there's a lot of posers out there, which is what you're saying.
Right.
a lot of puffers, not smokers.
Yeah.
That's
No,
gonna be
and
the word.
And I feel like it's messing up the whole culture, because now it's not a culture.
Are you? I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but are you talking about these brand ambassador females? Because there's a lot of them out there.
No, just in general.
I mean,
I
I think
just wanna
it's
make
just
sure.
you have
Okay.
ambassadors. You have smoke crews. You have like it's just a lot.
It's just too
lot.
much. It's getting
So do you remember in the 80s, man, there was like a couple of like main gangs that just wreck shit up. You know, you had big gangs and they just wreck shit up. And then you always had the spawns of these big gangs, because I don't like the way you run shit. I could run shit better on my set.
Right.
So I'm going to spur away from you and take some de factos with me, and we're going to start our own little thing. And I personally feel that's how I've watched the landscape change over the years. You know what I mean? Where it's just kind of like, instead of sticking together, you know what I mean, where we can attack so much more,
Groups just splinter off.
and that's the biggest conquer and divide, you know, that people don't see long term. You know what I mean?
Yeah, grab that mic out there. I know you got something to say about that.
Well, I mean, just, you know, again, it's just, I'm just reading the tea leaves for what they are. There's nothing, you know, that anyone can't or did not see. How do you feel about that explanation?
Right.
'Cause I know you all about, you know, coming together and camaraderie.
Yeah, but this is something I told a friend of mine named Diamond, and I told Keon Sims, rest in
Rest in
peace,
Rest in peace, Keon.
and Kevin Bristow. I said, when we first started GNS, that's New York City, New York Grown and Sexy in the City Cigar Group. When we first formed that, it was the whole. I mean, just let me just get this together.
That's okay, brother.
I told them that we have to expect negativity because we're the first of our kind. Anytime you have a situation where something new emerges, something different, something others haven't seen before, you're going to get all kinds of feedback,
criticisms or whatever.
Even among our own, as it grows, we're going to have negativity. We're going to have people that have their own ideas and their own agendas on how they want to do shit and how they want to move around others and even separate others. You have a lot of people promoting division, right? But this is not anything new. There's not a movement that's ever taken place in regards to something that is new that haven't had that. But
had some type of infiltration,
Exactly, but what determines the strength of a culture is how we move forward and not pay that any attention
whatsoever.
I like that.
And not paying any attention because it's going to happen, because it's growth.
It is.
And different
And that's a great thing. It is a great
thing.
thing. The growth is a beautiful thing.
No, it's wonderful.
But, again, it just, some kind of direction would help a little bit.
Oh, no question.
It's just the etiquette.
That's the exact point right there.
Poor etiquette.
It's just these women are doing too much.
Take that mic back. You could just take it.
I'm saying these women are doing too much. It's like, is it for the likes? Is it because...
Now, we do live in that era. I mean, at the end of the day.
I get it. But I mean...
People are full-blown depressed when their likes aren't up there on their
No,
fucking...
but that's when...
Let me just jump on the next thing. Not really be about it, but as long as I get the likes, that's all that matters.
Right.
Damn it.
I actually had to congratulate a young lady because she got 53 likes on her pics for once.
Nice. Okay. Well, whoever that lady was, there you go. There goes your... you got about 3 more seconds left of that. You can enjoy all that. Because that's how quick it is, though, what we live in this time. Realistically,
No,
it
but
wasn't even
that's-
like a smite. It's just...
But that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of insecurities and it's coming out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's definitely going to do that. It will.
Speaking about women, shout out to Consuela from B-More. She just joined on my page. What up, Connie?
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yo, I dare actually pass that bottle this way, brother.
Oh.
Get a little splash.
Yeah, questions start opening up a little bit more soon. No, but again, just touching on the landscape of things. Like, look, growth is a beautiful thing. It shows the diversity of what we're capable of doing. Everyone has something to bring to the table. Everyone has some connection or something to bring in. As long as things are done with the right intentions, the culture will grow the way it's supposed to. When things get, done for the wrong ones, or, you get the wrong type of support or lack of support from the people that should be supporting. And that's where the problem grows for me personally. You know what I mean? Just because at the end of the day, we're only as strong as the people that are next to us at the end of the day, especially when you're trying to be and build in a culture like ours.
Chain is only as strong as its weakest link.
It's weakest link.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you're the one that is, or there's a multiple or whatever the case may be, you don't want to be that weak link inside of this up and coming conglomerate, because it really is. Listen, when you actually Google like New York City and you look in cigars, just do a random search and you just see images. You'll see that we occupy almost more than 50% of the images that pop up.
Yeah.
New York City is the city of the world.
Yeah. We're heavy
So
in
to
the game.
have that type of clout here to say, it shows that there is a standard and that we set. And also, this is not a cheap hobby.
No.
No.
You know what I mean?
Not
This
at
is not
all.
a cheap pastime.
Not at all.
But I'm saying, like, due to a day started this whole thing about the urban smoker.
I agree with you so much.
DJ, popping off, bottles, all that.
No, you ain't. No, you're not lying. You're not lying.
It definitely started in New York, like
Facts.
with a day in his New York City.
That's okay, mama. That's okay.
But you know
I've
what
been
I
telling Kevin for a long time to shorten this name.
It is a little. It's too many syllables there with that, man.
Right. No, but I'm saying they really.
That's why it's always just been
people need to
GNS.
Acknowledge that this is where it started, and everybody just branched off and started having DJs and everything.
Facts.
And I'm like, we did that, done it.
Facts. And to be honest with you here, just, for it's no hidden secret here, when we were doing stuff here when we first opened up, we wanted to recreate the thing that we felt was missing, which was the stuff that you had started and the vibe that you were, creating in the city.
Cigar specifically. Yeah.
And
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like it's not unnecessarily a negative to replicate, but understand and appreciate where it came from. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna do it, cool, but then give credit where credit is due and be like, yo, we are doing this and we only can do this because of brothers like Ade. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying you have to necessarily, create something totally new. You can replicate and put your own little spin on it, but once again, just give credit where credit is due.
Facts.
I appreciate credit, and I'm actually in awe of it because unfortunately it's very rare.
And that's sad to hear.
That's the sad part. But
That really is sad to hear, man.
But at the end of the day, I like to watch. I'm enjoying this ride. I'm sitting here watching something grow, and I've seen it from its infancy. And it's still basically, I think Ryan touched on that a second ago. We're still basically at an infancy. It's not like it's 50 or 100 years down the line.
No.
This thing started. It's very young right now. So it's growing, and of course we're going to have negative elements that's going to come, and that's for anything.
Yeah, that's a part of the growth, though.
But we start here, where we are right now. This is our opportunity to, especially this platforms like SNA.
Yeah.
Platforms like this is a great start for people to start understanding where we are in this culture.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And appreciating our hand rollers, appreciating our master blenders, these humble people that provide this product that allow us to come together the way we come together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a great equalizer. So all we have to do is keep pushing forward and just forget understand the negativity. Understanding it meaning understanding it's not going anywhere. It's gonna always be here.
Facts.
You're always gonna get heat.
Facts.
You got haters, you know what I'm saying? And you got people that's insecure and people that's like,
leaving 1-star reviews on Google.
So you don't pay that any mind. The big picture is always.
I gotta talk to you about that.
This is what it's all about. Always watch the big picture.
I know. I heard.
No, but here's the thing though. Like, all about that. This is why I never mind haters, because nobody hates on you when you're fucked up in the game
and doing nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody hates on you.
You got haters, you're doing something right.
Exactly.
I mean, there's no such thing as bad publicity at the end of the day.
There isn't, but like what I guess what it boils down to is they're hating on you for a reason because you shining. You know what I mean? Like if you're light,
you're just doing something that they're not.
That's the insecurity, though.
Exactly.
They secretly wish they had the balls to do what you were doing.
Facts.
That's number one. There's a lot of people on the sideline criticizing what people are in the game doing.
Correct.
And it's like, well, you on the sideline, brother. Like, so it's easy for you to say from your nosebleed seats what I should be doing on the field or the court. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
backseat driver.
If you was in the game, then maybe I respect your opinion. Mm-hmm. But if you in the cheap seats,
you're in the bleacher creatures.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not paying you no mind.
Yeah,
I'm trying to win the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You pull up on these guys, you see them acting funny, you look at them, you're lucky I'm turning into a gentleman. I'm doing the cigar
gangster and a gentleman.
Shit, and I'm turning into
You're a gentleman thug.
Gangster and a gentleman. Like Styles said.
Facts.
So, Francis, when you were coming up, how many you would go to lounges or whatever? How many women, like at its genesis when it started, like where you were starting? How many women would you see going out?
A handful.
Was it like the same familiar faces, or was it
regular schmegglers? Yep.
Regular schmegglers. Okay.
No, but everybody was cool. Everybody knew how to.
We had to lighten that up a little bit. Add a little more cream in the coffee right there.
Marcus said, "What's a schmeggler?"
Regular schmeggler. No, but there was very few, very few, and but everybody stood to their lane. Everybody knew when they was was into. It wasn't about TNA and none of that. It was strictly smokers at that time. Now it's just a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, like back when I was inside the lounges, there was an etiquette that we had back in the days in regards to cigar lounges. It was a very strict etiquette. There was rules, written and unwritten.
Yeah.
And I know these rules, and these, I mean, like, as I said before, as this urban movement started coming into it, you're gonna find different personalities being introduced to something entirely new, and some can't even handle it. To be honest with you, they can't handle it. I watch guys like, yo, man, this ain't for me, yo, because it was too much peace, and it was too much camaraderie, and they couldn't handle it.
They wasn't used to that.
Oh no, forget about it. They couldn't handle it.
They used to the friction. They used to the drama and everything,
the
and
bullshit.
it's like, yo,
The negativity.
the bullshit.
They
Like,
love that. So I'm like,
I'm trying to get far away from that.
Indeed.
We all grew up with that shit.
Exactly.
We don't want to be doing that shit now.
Spend too much money on a cigar to be worth.
On top of that, no, I get that.
Yeah.
Facts.
And that's what, like, for me personally, like the whole cigar culture, like, because you could be older but not be grown. You know what I mean? And I feel like cigar culture is grown folk culture. The bullshit should be left outside, because if you in this lounge smoke, when I say this lounge, I don't mean like specifically smoking ashes. I mean any
Just a
cigar
lounge in
lounge,
general.
yeah, any cigar lounge that you happen to step into. Understand you're stepping into a grown environment. Leave the bullshit outside. And if you're about the bullshit, that's cool. But guess what? This is not for you, my dude.
it's just not for you.
Or
Hookahs are down the block.
Wow.
Hookah and cigars. I mean,
So you know what it is, man? It's a crazy thing, man. You start seeing being someone who's tried, like, from the business side of things, trying to cultivate people to at least even try to use tobacco. This hookah is like an entry wave level for a lot of these younger people. They are petrified of using, or not even using, trying to smoke a cigar. And I try to explain to them, for one, health benefit wise, for one, they're two separate things.
yeah.
right,
I mean, like, for one, we're not inhaling each other's fucking lung vapor.
right.
Okay, that's for one. And we're not even inhaling anything at all when we smoke.
Yeah.
You know, for two, when we, so the hookah craze, though, look, it looks like it's becoming something that, you know, I get it. I have
it's
to.
its own animal.
I have to be. It's cancel culture.
Yeah,
You don't want to be the old man. You don't want to be the old man.
No, it has nothing to do with the old man. It's just, to be real with you, it's about sales.
Gotcha.
Because at the end of the day, I can't fill up a venue of 200 people if I don't include that.
Gotcha.
That's how some people feel.
Right.
So it's easier sell to be able to grab the hookah, because now you get your cousin and her 16 friends, you know what I mean, and your homegirl, and this one, they all bring, because everyone smoke hookah.
Gotcha.
So it's more of a business ploy than it is anything. It's not there's nothing about the culture when it comes to that. That's literally a money grab. That's what I was trying to avoid saying, but that's the truth.
But that's what it is. But here's the thing, though. That's its own animal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and rightfully so. There's a whole lane for that.
And that's cool.
But I just don't get the.
You can't compare. You
There is
can't
no
combine them.
Yeah.
That's annoying. I
That
don't
you
wanna
can't combine them.
I don't want to smell hookah while I'm smoking a cigar.
It's-
That's not
Like,
my-
honestly,
it's
we're
the-
barely like infused.
Yeah, no, that's a whole nother.
Like,
That's another discussion.
We tolerate it.
Yeah.
Because
No,
at least you're still smoking a semi-cigar.
Kind of a
semi-cigar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
But yeah.
wait, so I gotta touch on it. All right, so we have one shelf for infused cigars, and we understand everybody has a beginning point, right? You're just getting introduced into cigars. You come here, you're like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I heard y'all got some like chocolate vanilla type thing. I'm just like, okay, you could start there, but if you really want to get into this culture and really be about this culture,
said
like
it. You just said
I
it.
never,
If
like the
you
first cigar I
really-
smoked was a real cigar. Like those are training wheels for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
For one, the flavor that you explain, that you that's like a normal one. I've heard crazy shit.
like what?
Like you have that honey cream, buttermilk, caramel classic cigars. Like, what the fuck is that? Are you ordering a sundae or a cigar?
Okay,
Like-
but allow me.
Yeah.
Allow me. There is a difference between infused and flavor.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Now,
Yes.
I definitely respect Infuse with Jonathan Drew.
Their process is amazing what they do.
An amazing process to infuse cigars with premium, and they use premium tobacco.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, from
And the ones we have here, and the ones we have here are infused.
And the same goes for, what is that? Is that who does Upsetters? What is that?
Foundation Cigar.
Foundation. They're another one that does
They
a
do.
real high process.
Really,
Their process is really up
great
there for their
infused cigar,
infusion.
which you don't even mind smoking. You know what I mean? And it's, I mean, like you think of the Connecticut shade, right? Everybody, every lounge. If there's a host at the lounge or owner at the lounge, he always refer to the newcomer to the Connecticut shade cigar, right?
Yeah.
And I would. You have to train the palate.
Yes.
To be honest with you, us as cigar smokers, and me being a cigar smoker for years, it takes quite some time to develop a nose for notes and nuances.
Yeah. I agree.
To be honest with you, I started with outside of like smoking like Macanudos I would get like from the convenience store. I started smoking like Cuba Cubas in the beginning.
Me too. I started.
This is like
started acid.
a long time ago.
Cuba Cubas.
Cuba Cubas. That was what, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the real reason why I had worked for Con Ed, and I had noticed that the only time people get breaks is when they smoke cigarettes. And for me, when I would go outside and try to smoke my cigar was too abrasive to the cigarette smokers.
Which is crazy.
So I had to lighten it up and get
crazy.
an infused cigar
Yeah.
so that the rest of the
Feel good, comfortable.
they're a little bit comfortable.
The rest of the Newport smokers.
Facts. You ain't lying there, man.
No judgment. My pop smokes Newport, so it wasn't a judgment, but
No.
Very
but
familiar.
It's true. That and Marlboro freaking lights. Shit.
So, what I wanted to impress upon you guys in regards to cigar culture, urban cigar culture mainly, is it's very hard. It's very hard to blend in with the industry because most of what urban cigar culture, particularly, is very sentimental. It's very personal. You know what I mean? We're mostly a closely knit family, not corporate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're not corporate. We're not we're not chasing a dollar. We truly enjoy what we do.
I do enjoy watching that too amongst, the
man.
culture in general.
Definitely.
There is a brotherhood, a sisterhood, that does run through, each individual set and stuff. And
Yeah, and that's the narrative that I want to create, because of course, the negative is going to be there, but in order to move forward, we have to promote a different narrative in regards to the urban cigar culture, and that's just positive. This is us moving forward. We all sticking together. If somebody come to me and they say, "Oh nah, man, we don't stick together. We don't do this together. None of that," and we're divided, and it is a division. That's true. But there are also crews, groups, organizations that is with us all the time. You know what I mean? We have turnouts all the time.
yeah, you do.
People squad up all the time. So that little, what percentage would that be? 1%, 2% of negative voters? It would be like 2% negative.
2%.
Like 2% negative. It'd be like 2% negative. They can.
Kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
yeah. I was gonna say suck dick, but all right.
All right.
Well, on that note,
We here.
on that note, I think it's a good time to go to our notable mention.
Let's go to our
So we
notable
can
mention.
keep moving on this. That was about to take a turn, and we'll pick back up on that in a second.
So we have to do our segment called
Wow, yo.
Notable Mention.
I told you.
It's the SNA Live Podcast, and it's time for the notable mention.
We just lost we just lost a hip hop pioneer, Biz Markie, a couple days ago. We wanted to give him a notable mention. 57 years old.
Yeah, 57, man.
Raise a glass for that
Yeah.
brother.
I have an empty glass right now, but I'll fill for your biz in a minute.
Yeah, man. 57 years old. So I did a little background on him. He dropped his first album in 1988. One of his first singles was "The Vapors," the title of this
Hence the
particular.
title,
yeah,
episode
exactly,
16.
exactly. He had the song "Make the Music" with your mouth, Biz. That was another single off that album.
Started beatboxing.
He had "Nobody Beats the Biz." That was on that album. And then "Pickin' Boogers." Now,
Picking boogers.
I was 10 years old when this album came out. And that
It fit
song
right into
was
being a
fucking
10-year-old.
hilarious
It
to
fit
me.
right into being a 10-year-old.
That shit was hilarious
Not
to
a
me.
kid that didn't love that.
Yo, I was like, yo, who is this dude? Yo, this dude is crazy.
It's hilarious.
But I remember going forward about 7-8 years after that. I was about 18, 19 years old, and I'm watching some random TV show, and they're talking about the one-hit wonders, quote unquote, of the 80s, and they named Biz Markie for Just a Friend, and I got offended. I was like,
He ain't no damn one-hit wonder.
One-hit wonder. I was like, yo, this dude got Make the Music with Your Mouth, Biz. He got Vapors. He got
Nobody
Beats
Beats
the
the
Biz. And I
Biz.
was like, what are they talking about? And then I was a teenager.
You didn't
and-
realize who was really
and-
doing this
and
grading system, though.
Exactly. And that's when I started really realizing that our culture is just what it is. At that point, it was our culture.
It was just our culture.
You know what I'm saying? And you had these people commenting on our culture, not knowing a damn thing about it. So Just a Friend crossed over and it became more of like a pop sensation. Like white people knew about it, basically, is what it boiled down to.
Yeah, that's
Cigars.
yes. Same idea. No,
Exactly.
you're right. You're right, bro.
Exactly.
That's-
So then when they said that, I just was like, oh, y'all didn't know who this brother was. Because that was his like second or third album when he dropped that single.
Yeah.
We already knew who
Yeah, he was cult law to us.
Yeah,
already. But
yeah.
like you said, to him, it was the first time MTV allowed that shit to be
Exactly.
played. That's why they were the ones doing the grading system and all that shit.
Exactly. But yeah, shout out to Biz Markie.
And I watched a lot of Pain, man. There's a lot of people that I watched that, from former friends of mine former colleagues and friends of mine still that are in the business that worked with him. I'd even watch, Kid recently, getting teary-eyed, Kid Capri, that is.
Yeah.
He was getting teary-eyed recently too. You watch the pain in these guys when they talked about,
he was just a genuinely good dude. That's what it was.
because kind of like how Ade just said before, when you get something good, it's usually very rare.
Yeah.
And those people knew that when they were around him, it was genuine like that. And they know they lost something that was
Yeah.
really genuine.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
They have, it's the experience that that the people outside don't see. Like I had an experience here with Kid Capri through my man Cuts. He came through for Marcus' birthday.
facts.
And there's experiences that you have that promote that sentimental feel. You know what I'm saying? When you lose and be like, yo, I remember this dude, and this is what everybody outside they don't know. They don't see these things.
Yeah.
So when these artists, when they get in front of the camera or they posting on their gram or whatever about how they feel about this artist, you could see it in their face. They're truly hurt because
Yeah, it hurt 'em.
there's
Yeah.
things that happen in the background with these artists and
Yeah.
fun that they had together and how they chopped it up.
Yeah.
That people don't know. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And it's really painful to watch because I'm looking at them like, yo, man, I feel your pain, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Facts.
you look like you had some experience. They probably been to Cancun together.
Yeah.
Had the kids
Oh,
together at the picnic.
Just eating chicken at 3 a.m, being, off of a tour, doing a show together
Exactly.
where no one else sees you for that moment.
And what some people didn't know, when Biz kind of dropped out of the limelight in terms of rhyming, Biz was DJing
Yes, he was.
all around the fucking world. Not just
Yeah.
the country, the world. The world,
Yeah.
Craig.
The world, Craig.
World, Craig.
So he was, matter of fact, specifically in the DC, Maryland area.
DMV?
Yeah, because when I was at Howard, he came down and DJ'd a couple of parties or whatever. And I just was like, at first I was like, that Biz Markie DJing? Like, just
That was Journey Ever, where they were taking advantage of that opportunity down there.
Yeah, so if you notice, he passed away. I think he was living in Baltimore because I think he just stayed in that DMV area.
Yeah.
Y'all know
Oh,
nobody
facts.
beats
So
the Biz, right?
hold on, we got a little bit of info. How much he was getting? 5,000 a show. 4 to 5 shows. All right, so for anyone, you listen to that. 5K a show 4 to 5 times a week.
Respect
and you
that,
laughing
man.
at this man?
Respect that, man.
Or you didn't know his? You didn't know this man?
Yeah.
Respect that, man.
That's some serious bread.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Take it
I'm
back,
with you.
take it back to the block.
Oh, we on.
Sorry, we'll try that again. It's a little bit too much Basil Hayden's right now.
Too much Basil Hayden. Where we at now, Conway?
But hold on,
wait.
before we do that, speaking
Wait.
about pain, because you had mentioned the word pain in the eyes, and just want to give a shout out to 2 counterparts that are here tonight. Shout out to Joe and Marcus, because they know the pain we was in when we was locked in the bin over there during kids. We had
When he
Kid
was shooting
Capri.
the video.
We had the video, and we was locked in the bin over there. So my brothers, you know the deal with that pain and suffering.
Haven't been the same since.
No, we really haven't, man. No locked doors. No more locked doors.
I'm going down for my dogs that's locked in the bin.
Oh yeah, we was in.
When you hit the bricks, new whip, money ain't a thing.
Facts.
Don't worry about it. We got you.
Shout out to my guys going through the struggle over there with us.
All right, man. So we got to get to our next topic. So, question for Mr. McCoy, Ms. Martinez. So, Ade, you have the Cigar God brand, Francis. Even though I met you as Francis, Cigar Chaser is your moniker as well. So, I just want you guys to touch upon the importance of branding and creating a brand.
And whoever goes first, please grab the mic so that you
yeah.
could really, because people need. There's a lot of people that really need to hear the importance of branding and building your brand instead of just
Bullshit.
being a fly by night.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, I would say this, especially in this current climate. In this current climate, meaning we're trying to level up. We're trying to close this wealth gap. So we need as many black-owned businesses as we possibly can. And okay, I'm fine with the government giving us assistance. They have all these different loan programs and stuff like that, to where they trying to do this equal thing now. Close the wealth gap. It is very important that we build our brands because it's good for our people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what it does is it elevates us to where we can be respected. We can respect it on at the very least, an even keel. We're not even respected on the even keel even now. I mean, like this is a topic I wanted to touch on a long time ago in regards to the elevation of our people. We have to stop looking to others as heroes and start looking into ourselves.
Facts.
Stop looking to
That's deep and that's real.
Absolutely.
Super duper facts, man.
Stop looking into others as heroes and look into ourselves for once. And believe it or not, a lot of these guys, there's guys that I know in the hood is wasting their talent. There's a kid that I know, not to mention his name. He's excellent in math. And he's making the wrong choices every single day. But when it comes to a math problem, it could be any math problem. And this is what Malcolm X was saying, you got guys, if you have an engineered society where it is designed to pull you backwards.
Yeah.
It's very tough for guys with talent, and knowledge to move forward. And now that we have the opportunity and businesses are emerging and brands are emerging, this is a great opportunity for these young men, for any person of color to utilize their talents, whatever it is. And it's up to us when we see these talents in these young people, we encourage them.
Yeah.
You look at them, you say, look, I noticed that you're really good in math. You're really good at reading. You're really good at writing. You're good at poetry. Whatever that, you're really good at building. You're good with your hands. You encourage them. You encourage them. What we're doing right now is we're running from them because they're acting out. But that's that's what kids do when they feel hopeless. You know what I mean? So that's in regards to building brands, building my brand, Cigar God. I'm hoping I can encourage a young man out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a real focus of mine.
So do me a favor, talk a little bit about your team and stuff, and the whole workings of building the brand.
Cigar God.
Yeah, Cigar Gods in general, how they got started,
what was the thought process behind it?
Oh well, Cigar God was Cigar God was created because a friend of mine, his name is Hans. You know, my man P. We was on the block at a barbecue, and he came on the block and he had Henny God on his hat. This is like he did. He had Henny God on his hat, and he called me the Cigar God, and that was it. And then when I got back to the block, I ran into my man Toast. He have a brand called Lavish Trends, and Toast is a thug and a half, cause he said, I told him about Cigar God. I said, yo man, I'm thinking about doing a brand called Cigar God. That motherfucker said, yo, if you don't use that, I'm taking it. He damn sure did. That dude said, I said, nah, man. I hit the LLC and the trademark and two shakes of
That was going to be some of the next questions that we were going to. I know. My counterpart over there, definitely Conway, would have asked that question coming up. So
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. And then I had to think of the best guys.
Okay.
To rock with.
That's very important.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very rare that you run into really great spirit and great and driven men in this day and time that's not motivated by by
the wrong
other
shit
to create some kind of disloyalty.
Correct.
I ran into Marcus and Black. These dudes been smoking cigars with me forever. For a long time. A lot of people haven't seen them before, but these guys been smoking cigars for years. For years. They've been in the lounges for years. They're actually very quiet and very cool and very unassuming, so you won't notice it.
Who?
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, right.
You notice it?
Who's quiet and stuff? Nah. Shout out, yeah.
So we And then, of course, my man Marcus introduced me to the Q Dog, Farouk. Yo, introduced me to them, and I found that the team is very strong. And Damon Dash told me a long time ago, like, yo, you have to have a strong team.
Yes, you
can't
do.
Do it on your own.
Yes, you do.
I'm saying you have to have a very strong team.
Yes, you do.
You have to be on the same page. And there's not a conversation that we can have amongst ourselves that we can't form some sort of balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I love my team.
That's important.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
I don't have a team.
She's the cigar. I'm the cigar chaser.
No. This is good to hear.
No,
though.
yeah.
It's me, myself, and I. I haven't been lucky to meet a team.
Point blank, period.
Hashtag.
Basically, that's what it is. It's just me. I've
Okay.
been doing this by myself, branding myself, marketing myself, all by myself.
I'll be killing them.
And I wish I had somebody, that can team up. But I haven't been
Like you said, fortunate enough.
to
Timing
be-
is everything, though, too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, besides the timing, I mean, I came close to many people in my travels.
He's all right, but they're not real.
Yes, basically.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just calling it what it is.
Doing it, baby.
They all right, but they not real.
Basically.
Okay.
Oh, how I came up with the name Cigar Chaser was one day I was watching TV and I saw this show called Car Chasers. And I was like, man, that's what I do with cigars. Because he goes around the world, around the country, and he goes for the vintage cars, the up-to-date cars.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, that's what I do with cigars. So
Yeah.
that's how I came up with Cigar Chaser.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, I've always wondered that. Now I know.
Yeah, where the name came from.
Yeah, facts. And you've been repping this brand for a
damn
while.
well do chase cigars. That's for
Facts.
We all know that.
Facts.
But it just fit though. Like
No, it did.
Well, it's the journey that I always like to promote more because it is a journey. Traveling everywhere, you're meeting new people, and you're meeting fabulous. You get to taste these fabulous cigars. So I think it's definitely the journey. I always say the journey is the fun is in the journey of being a cigar chaser. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do, and we travel everywhere.
Yeah, I was just about to say, to give us a little sample of like the places you've been where you're like, okay, this is definitely a cigar destination. I'm going there. I'm going there.
Well, my favorite is Miami, of course.
Yeah, take that mic, definitely.
Miami is definitely
you stay there.
The mecca of cigars in some sense. You know what I'm saying? And the people there are always like open arms and so friendly. Like the 305 Cigar Divas, like they always show love. Every time I go there, they open their homes, their arms, and everything. And I'm like, wow, this is what I like. This is what I enjoy. So basically, yeah, that's and Dominican Republic. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
You can't get better.
Can't go wrong there. No.
My goal is to go to Nicaragua. I haven't been there, and that's.
You know what, man? And maybe that might be something that we should talk about.
Yeah, we
doing
are.
like
definitely.
like a foundational trip with like the pillars and the people the movers and shakers type of trip.
Yes.
I'm going there in October.
Gosh, mother, I don't even want to.
He's like, beat you to it already, motherfucker. He's
But
I'm
here's the
there.
key thing:
That's
you're
selfish,
going.
Chaz.
You're going.
He's just
You
selfish.
singular. You are going.
Right. He don't think about nobody.
That's all right, guys. We'll talk about that off
make
air.
some
The
good
rest of
email.
us, the rest of us peasants, will talk off air about
Yeah,
that.
whatever.
Shit.
Sorry, my guys.
No, that's okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
Send me some pictures.
Yeah,
that's
let's
all.
say enjoy.
Yo, wait till these lights go out. They gonna fuck me.
Like, word, son, word.
That's what we doing? This is what we doing now? We going to Nicaragua Dolo? It's all right.
That's the bullshit.
But since we have you on topic there, like, guys, take a moment and let us know like your personal thoughts on how you feel that you guys can personally keep the movement going in the right direction with the culture right now. What can you guys do continuously to continue to add to what is happening now and how we can keep it moving forward?
Well, first we have to continue to support our lounges, our mom and pop lounges.
Facts.
We have to support Smoke and Ashes. Of course, we have to support places like this because you have to survive. Because at the end of the day, we have FDA still on a relentless pursuit.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah, and what they've done to New York is just
they
it's
killed-
horrendous
they
what they
killed
did to
New
New York.
Exactly.
It's hard to watch it because we have a lot of friends too that own a lot of these lounges. You know, it's a brotherhood. At the end of the day, you know, you knew these individuals when you were frequenting their shops, when you were just a consumer, and then being an owner as well. Now it's a brotherhood.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
you watch your brothers and your sisters go through issues. You know, sanctioned by the government. You know, I mean, it's tough. And you hear the horror stories being a shop in Jersey where people come over and they're like, "Whoa, man, this is great," because you know what I would have paid for this. And I always tell people all the time, I go, "Look, don't think that this is the shop trying to run up on you. Like they have a lot of taxes they got to pay for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you don't know the ins and outs on what's going on, you know, was it up to 70%?
70%.
I mean, Jesus,
70, 75.
75. I'm sorry.
No, I
So,
think it's up to 80 already.
80, really? We're getting that close?
I didn't even know that.
So,
75.
Yo, there's a reason why loan shark is illegal.
well, obviously
You know what I'm saying?
not to the government though. They don't feel that way.
That's all it is. It's a legal shakedown. You know what I'm saying?
That's all it is.
It's a
shakedown.
it's a legal.
And that's the sad thing,
shakedown.
though. So most of the individuals, you know, that frequent, they don't understand the process that the lounge is going through. You know, you're in New York City. For one, the rent costs XYZ.
Yeah.
You know, utilities are XYZ. You know, stock is XYZ. You know what I mean? And with that being said, you know, it's really tough for a shop to survive, you know, without having to raise prices. I don't think they want to.
No, but they have
I think
to.
it's embarrassing. I would feel embarrassed too if I had to sell a $12 stick for $22 now.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, I'm sorry. Like, it's not my fault. You know what I mean? But
But I'm trying to survive.
I'm trying to survive.
Cutting fees.
Yes.
Cutting fees, cutting and lighting fees is necessary for cigar lounges to survive, and I've been telling people this for years.
A lot of
Can you-
people
can you
don't
say that again?
understand
Yeah,
that. Can you break that? Can you break that down a little bit though?
No, they know what. No, my problem with this is that they know this, and I'm not.
I agree with you.
No, they know it. They know it.
Nah.
No, they think they're.
They
Some
slick.
of these people think they're privileged.
Yeah, they're too.
No,
they're
that's
too
why
big
I
like
agree
that.
with
That's
him.
why I said
'Cause
say it
know
again. That's why I
you
said
know
say it again.
you've seen and you
No,
know what
in order for these lounges to survive, they have to have a cutting fee. They have to have a bottling fee. You can't come inside the lounge with your cigars and with your liquor, don't pay nothing.
And sit
Where
down for
you
hours.
into another
We're not getting rich off of cigars, people. Come on. Come on.
Exactly.
No,
Stop,
yeah,
don't
this
do
is
that.
not $1 million business. Not being
It's
an
not
owner.
even $1 million
No,
business.
no.
Come on. yo.
Not being a cigar shop owner on a small level.
Some
Yes,
goddamn
correct.
respect, bum ass niggas.
Exactly.
No, but it's the truth though. It's the truth, guys. Because at the
No,
end of the day,
it's
look.
real.
I mean, how many times you get somebody that walks through the door and they don't understand that you have a setup fee, and it's like, well, listen, guy, I'm kind of letting you drink for like the next 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
Asking you for whatever this is
Here's
pretty
what
much not a big deal.
Here's what I don't get. When you actually sit down and do the math,
Yeah.
You're winning.
Yeah, we literally have to break that down.
You're winning.
it's like if you
It's crazy. Why we have to break
if you wanted to kill a whole bottle here, do you know how much money you would have spent
In the bar.
drinking
You
the
wouldn't
amount
have,
of
for one,
alcohol?
hold on, let's be clear. You wouldn't have been able to do that naturally in a
Yeah.
club.
Yeah.
You can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
Or a lounge or a bar. You can't afford it.
No.
Especially what's a neat on Basil Hayden's in a lounge in the city.
Oh, it's easy, like,
$500.
No,
Not
but
five,
like,
but
some
no,
other
just-
drink.
just
What,
drink.
$15, $16?
yeah, 15, 16.
Yeah.
easy.
So I mean, come on
15,
now.
16, 15,
No, but now
$16.
it's bottle service. So.
Well, but with bottle service, correct. But just talking about just regular drinks.
Yeah,
Right now, if you
15,
want to pound
easily.
out a couple $15, I mean, by the time
Shit,
you have 4, you're
depending
60
what-
in the hole.
Depending what section of Manhattan you in, it could be like 17, 18.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, so
We're
asking for $15.
So that goes to my point. My whole point is we have to support our cigar lounges.
Yeah.
And when I say cigar lounges, it's our cigar lounges. It's lounges like this,
Yeah.
owned by Malik, Ryan, and Conway, Smoking Ashes. We have to support our black-owned cigar lounges and even and also other cigar lounges. This is how they survive. They don't survive with guys coming in and mooching and shit like that. Don't do that. That is poor cigar etiquette.
2 cigar minimum.
Yo,
2.
Yeah.
And don't care if your girlfriend don't smoke. She gotta buy 2 cigars too.
You smoke it later. Smoke it.
You smoke
or
it
I'll
later.
smoke it later. I'll
I'm
smoke
sorry.
it later.
Everybody that sits their ass on a chair, 2 cigar minimum.
And when people be like, yo, but you know, my girl don't smoke cigars, yo, buy a second one and give it to a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I
Yeah.
don't care what you do
Do
with it.
something with it.
Every
Yeah.
ass gotta pay.
Facts.
Yeah.
No, it's
Save it for
facts.
you.
And
So-
and what we did though, just to touch on a little bit of history with us, when it comes to our quote unquote setup fee, we had learned what that term meant when we first was opening, or we were opening up. You know, most people do like a cup fee or a drink fee or sip fee. We went the route of sticking to tradition, which was setup fee. The setup fee back in what was that? Maybe the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Yeah.
You know, black folk didn't have licenses for bars to have liquor licenses. So what they did was they had establishments that you could hang out in, and everyone would come with their own setup. You know, they'll bring their own bottles, their own glasses, and then the establishment would allow them seating space for a setup fee. And that's where, we tried to keep that whole history in line with how we run things here. So, at the end of the day, you come, you set up, you get your glass, you get your ice, but now you get to open up your bottle and partake and have a good time.
Yeah.
Support the house, because those setup fees were created so that people of color had establishments to go to socialize. Because if you don't support the house is not going to be there, and therefore you're going to lose another establishment for you to hang out in. And that's not how you grow the culture. That's how you break it.
Yeah. Facts.
And the facts is that you have no problem paying for your Gucci belt. I don't see you going into the store asking for a discount. You wear your name brand designer shit. You don't go in looking for discounts with that shit. When it comes to other people, but when
Matter
it
of
comes,
fact, it's even, they double down. They brag about how much money they spent on it.
yeah, and then ask you how come you charge me for a setup fee.
Yeah.
Audacious motherfucker.
Audacity, yeah, I know, it's crazy. But again, though, we find ourselves in the precipice of an era where things are changing, and there's a lot of new people who are trying to understand the allure of the cigar culture. And this is older folk alike. Some of them haven't been turned on to the actual culture itself, the idea of frequenting a lounge and the etiquette that goes behind it.
I think it's because what's happening is it's getting more popular. But as it gets more popular, you have people like on the fringe trying to come in and be like, okay, what is this about? But then when you kind of try to school them on what it's about, there's like pushback, and it's like, whoa, time out. You're asking to be a part of something that's established already. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like, don't try to come in and try to like, well, I want to do this, that, and the other, but not the other parts.
Yeah, create your own.
It's like you
rules.
you can't pick and choose. If you're part of the culture, cool. But this is what it is. These are the ground rules. This is the etiquette, as Ade said. This is the etiquette of what has been established for years, decades, if not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Decades. Since the beginning.
Facts.
So you would say that, just continuously supporting the lounges and the establishments and the movements, that would be the best way to keep the direction of the culture going up, right?
That's one of them. And also, and this is very important to me, and this is going out to the groups, our cigar groups, especially here
Bring
in New
that
York
mic
City.
closer.
It is very important to me personally that we start to stop being divided. Now, I don't know who's creating this division.
Preach.
I don't know who's creating this division in the cigar culture. And I don't care. Right now, I'm going to speak to those that's listening to my voice. It's stupid. We don't have the luxury of division, especially being black or dark people in this culture. We don't have the luxury of division. Now, I like to challenge anybody on that, on any podcast, anywhere.
Or live and direct. We could do a live sitting.
Live and anywhere. Anywhere. We outside.
meet
We
in the
don't have the
garden.
luxury of division. So what I propose to every cigar group, whatever issues you have, let's come together. Let's speak. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation on how we can do this thing together and emerge in this thing together and stop watching other people on covers of Cigar Snob
That's the
and
thing,
Cigar
yeah.
Aficionado and all these publications. Let's stop this.
That's the thing right there. Because we're never going to be able to get to that stage if we keep putting each other down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's stop dividing ourselves and let's come together. I challenge you. I challenge every cigar group out here on that right there. Let's come together. My man Snoop did Cigar Culture Week this week.
A word?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I encouraged him. He's a young gun, and there's a few young guns that's coming up in the cigar culture right now that I really, really like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're strong. They're young. You know what I'm saying? This is what we need. But as long as they acknowledge and respect the culture and encourage this culture to move forward, not this division. This is not the Warriors. We're not Bloods. We're not Crips.
Yeah.
This is the cigar culture.
Yeah.
And when y'all brothers came in, this is what y'all seen. Y'all seen a patchwork of people all together smoking and having a good time.
Yeah.
Not just one crew there and one crew there and one crew there. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
that's
tried to
what I
open
want
our
to
doors to every one of the groups that were wanting to do anything with us. We've worked with multiple groups since our existence. It's something that's what was part of our common, idea when we were doing things.
Definitely.
When we were doing cigar events, we were encouraging smoke groups to come out.
Yeah.
We would help plan events with smoke groups. I think we've done an event with every prominent smoke group that really is, something to talk about in the greater New York, New Jersey area. Tri-state at that. Yeah, facts. We
want to keep doing it.
Yes, we
want to keep doing it.
Yo, you know what? My man Marcus, he says this thing. He quotes Frank White from
King of
King
New
of
York.
New York.
New York. He said, "You're all welcome."
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And that's what I like about Smoking Ashes. These three brothers is that, listen, whatever it is that y'all want to do, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Show your card, homie. I'm gonna put it out there and give you the opportunity, and let's set something up. Anything to encourage the culture. Y'all was always on deck.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
But we also encourage you to do it the right way. Also,
Exactly.
do it the right way. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Y'all always been on deck.
Appreciate
Always.
And that's greatly appreciated. And look, again, we come from that. You know, we've done events for years. You guys know when we were repping certain lines in the past. You know, we know what it's like putting those, events together. You know,
You trying to think of the name?
Giacomo's?
Giacomo's Cigar.
Yeah,
Giacomo's
yeah.
Cigars.
We're part of that part where
So we're not new to this.
We've put
done
the
this.
groundwork in when it comes to planning events and doing stuff in multiple lounges. You know, we've done events in almost every prominent lounge in the greater New York City, Long Island, Connecticut, Westchester, Jersey region. So I mean,
You know what? Y'all was going to actually open the lounge in Miami.
well, actually, we
Florida.
opened up
We
a
did.
bar actually down in Sarasota.
That's right.
Yes,
they
we did.
Opened up a place out in Sarasota.
Yes, we did.
Florida. See, they ain't new at all.
Yeah, no, we've been doing this for a little while, and that's why when we, jump back on the scene, it was just a little disheartening to feel the landscape on where it was when we left to compare to where it was, currently with the divisiveness.
Yeah.
It's there's no reason for it. There's a time for you to do your thing, you to do your thing, you to do your thing, and then us to all collectively do things together, and we all support each other. That's what it's supposed to be.
We all on the same road with different lanes. That's all.
Yeah.
Your hands
Exactly,
down,
yeah.
or in the same building on different floors.
Yeah, but that gotta stop.
It is a problem.
That's the problem.
No, but it's not bad to be in a different lane, but we all on the same road.
But that's the thing, it's different, not better. You know what I'm saying? Like just because
It's just different.
Different.
It's like McDonald's and Burger King. They make burgers. One is grilled.
The other one, one's flame broiled, one,
Right.
Yeah.
So you can't stop the flow from making burgers.
That shit nasty.
and something, it is facts. No, it is.
Give
It
an
is.
example.
It is. I'm a vegetarian for 3 years. I can definitely know that definitely is that.
No, but I'm giving an example.
No. We definitely know. We
It was,
definitely
it was a spot on example.
No, it was.
But that shit is nasty.
But at the end of the day,
man.
we just try to, as far as smoke and ashes go, we're here to try to do anything that we can to keep the culture prominent, keep the culture alive, and keep something going on relevant.
Yeah.
From our part. Everyone else is doing theirs as well. You know what I mean? But it is easier when we all work together instead of against each other. Because in the end of the day, all we do have is us. All we have is us. So, I mean...
And not to say that we should be focusing on the outside group or care what they think, but just from the outside looking in, the white suits that were prominent in these cigar lounges that day when you started going
Correct.
in, they have to be looking at that shit like,
What the
fuck? Are y'all
fuck?
doing?
What the fuck? Yep.
That's dumb.
It
And
is.
once again, not to say that we should care what they think, but
It's more detrimental to us.
exactly. Thank you.
It is.
Exactly.
It is.
Because now we're not respected within, because the cigar, there's only one cigar culture really. There's the urban section of it, but the cigar culture is the cigar culture is the cigar culture.
Right.
So when you have certain people look at the people of color who are smoking cigars and see the divisiveness, they have to be thinking to themselves like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like this is, matter of fact,
Actually,
this is what's
they probably don't. This is what we expect you to do.
or even worse. Yes. Yeah. Even worse.
I'm just being real.
Yeah, no, that's real talk.
This is what I expect y'all to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's
I expect y'all to do this. This is what we were waiting for this to happen.
Yeah. Which is why Dave
We gave
said,
you guys the stage, and this is what you do
Yeah.
with it.
And-
Okay.
And that's why Dave said, I think, spot
you
on.
sound like a guest.
We don't have we don't have the luxury. That we don't have the luxury of this divisiveness because like the deck is stacked against us to begin with.
Yeah, so it doesn't make sense to add even more of extra steps to climb out of the hole, so to say.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, guys, look. Everyone who's in charge or running a cigar group or a cigar lounge nowadays, this is a different landscape for a lot of people. And everyone's learning, everyone's making mistakes, everyone's figuring out how to grow and do things. But that doesn't give anyone the right to push back on anyone when they make a mistake or they do something. You support them through their time so you can help and see them, prevail, into a better day.
Yeah.
The one thing that we do quick with our people is we pull the plug and like to talk negatively right away when something doesn't go the way we want it to go.
Yeah.
And you don't have that same problem when you went to Don Pep's or if you went to Rouse and you had a horrible situation with the waiter. You just love the allure of being in the place, so you didn't complain about being there even though you got shitty service.
Yeah.
But you're quick to talk about an establishment that's owned by someone of color a lot faster than you would in a prominent non-person of color establishment.
Yeah.
And that's something that has to stop. It's something that is deep rooted into the culture of us as people, and we have to stop doing that.
For sure.
And listen, you can say I'm full of shit, you can say whatever you want, but the truth is what it is. And until we stop,
And if they think you're full of shit, they probably part of the problem.
no, but you know, at the end of the day, it's like, listen, everyone is growing and figure things out, and all you can do is give your 2 cents, help them figure things out a little bit better, and support them more through their growth process. Nobody is a professional in this right now, because everyone here is growing. You know, everything is growing, from lounges to brands to establishments, and you have to be a part of that process. Is everything going to be smooth? No. Are there going to be bumps in the road? Yes.
Of course.
But you stick with them and you keep supporting.
Keep pushing forward.
By you showing a side of disregard, showing a side of, and I don't even want to use the word hate, because I think that takes the conversation just to a different level, but just being negative when people are trying to do something positive, it just is a reflection of who you really are as a person.
Yeah, that's real.
Okay?
talk.
And I'll leave that at that.
Yeah.
Let's turn it to a brighter note.
I think I've been good this episode.
No, you have been. I'm not saying you haven't.
He was going crazy, bro.
No, I've actually really been good.
You gotta listen. You gotta listen to other episodes.
I was about to
bro.
say he's actually being a little
We-
restrained.
yeah.
He is actually comparatively speaking.
He's more restrained.
He's more restrained this episode.
Yeah, most
So-
of the episodes, he's like SMD, like all through the shit. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's you, Conway. You lying?
Yeah. It all depends on what the episode is.
Depends what it's about.
It depends on what the episode is.
So next up is our segment. We call it "What You Rockin' With."
This is what you rockin' with inside the SNA Live podcast.
Needs no introduction.
Where we get into what we're feeling, what we're enthralled by, what we're vibing with this particular week, and as we did before with the other segment, we're
notable
gonna
mention.
let the guests start off. So once again, ladies first.
Please grab that. Mike.
Be more specific. Like, I don't understand.
So
All right, so basically what we do in this segment is, for instance, if you want, I'll go first.
Okay.
And I'll give you an idea of what we do. So what we do, what we're rocking with, is something for this week in this particular episode that is going on in the landscape of the world. It could be anything.
Okay.
It's something that we're really vibing with and we want to bring light to. So for me personally, I'm all about this week, all about the culture creating and people believing in going back outside and spending their money and enjoying life and going back out and going to these places that you used to go to when things were normal, if that was ever a word, or if it ever will be a word again, because what is normal?
Right.
But I'm really walking with people being confident, enjoying their summers, hitting the beach, hitting their favorite restaurant. Some people are diving into the movie theaters. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
You don't know what time frame you have left on this world, and you need to do what you need to do to make you happy.
Yeah.
And if going back out being normal, because listen, there's a lot of people that were isolated last year. You know what I mean? There were single people, people who just didn't have, they were alone a lot.
Yeah.
So to see people back out and doing things again,
Socializing.
and again, and listen, I'll say this proudly. One of the things that we did during out that whole COVID process was, it was a goal of ours to make sure that we gave people a haven to get away when nowhere else was doing it.
We had the outside seating, people
whatever
was
you
distanced.
whether you
so-
noticed it or not, it wasn't money driven. It was more about keeping the culture alive and giving people a place to get the fuck away from what the fuck they were dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Okay? We put ourselves out on risk. We put our staffs out on risk, and we did everything to the best way that we could. We followed all the protocols, but we still put out an opportunity for people to enjoy themselves.
We went through so much sanitizer.
That we had spent so much money on sanitizing.
Like, it's ridiculous.
And even just us cleaning and just doing things on our day-to-days. But for us, it was more about giving people an out more than it
Which is
was
so
making a
important.
bottom line.
You know, it's funny. Like, my pops always used to say, people talk about the 3 things that you need to survive, which is food, clothing, and shelter. And he said they're actually missing one: human contact.
We're social beings.
You can have food, you can have food, clothing, shelter, but if you're alone with that food, you're gonna go fucking crazy.
You're gonna go nuts.
Yeah, you're gonna lose it.
No, that's what we learned.
Wilson, you're gonna go nuts, bro.
Right. No, but we learned that with the COVID.
Yeah.
And it humbled a lot of people.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Definitely.
That was
Yeah.
the whole point too. That I think it was good, in a sense, because now a lot of people lost a lot of things,
A lot of people,
family,
yeah.
jobs, and it became that you became humble.
Yeah.
And appreciative of what you do have.
What you do
It's
have,
true.
you know, especially it was just too much. I work in the hospital,
So you know.
So you saw a
so
lot.
you know, you saw it
saw a lot.
firsthand.
Yeah.
But for me this week, that's what I was rocking with. I was rocking with people being people again and being somewhat normal and getting out and enjoying yourself.
Cool.
Okay,
Cool.
okay.
So Francis, we're gonna let you go last, so you can have time to think about
Yeah.
what you want to.
Malik, how about you? What you rocking with this week?
What I'm rocking with this week is I got to give a shout out to going back to the culture, one of the another pioneer in a different sense of the cigar culture in New York City. Shout out to DJ Nino for finally getting his fucking praise out in the PCA in Vegas. Nino, what's good, bro?
Nino, what
It was
up?
a long time coming
Long
for that
time
man.
coming,
Listen,
brother,
man. We've had internal conversations about that a lot, man.
So anybody that know, Nino was the DJ we spoke about Cigar in earlier. He was one of he was the DJ in that whole scene. You know,
he made cigar DJing cool.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely
I'm just
did,
gonna
man.
keep it
He
real.
definitely did. I
got no problem saying that
So,
either.
Adele, you've been smoking for years. Do you know any other cigar DJs like before Nino, bro?
Well, let me tell you something. Nino is a very interesting story.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I gotta hear this.
The GNS Friday Night Hearth
Yeah.
at Cigar Inn.
That's where we met.
Right?
That's where we met you, bro.
Oh, there was one DJ there, right, that used to bring his laptop there. I forgot this brother's name. No, Spanky was one of them. And to make a long story short, Nino was this kid that came in with this strong Italian accent and smoked small cigars all the time.
Oh.
Yo, yeah. He smoked these little cigars.
He smoked little
Yeah,
cigars.
he smoked little. Yeah, he don't. I've never seen Nino with a big ring gauge cigar.
Really?
He smoked like
This
little
Coronas and Robustos
and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, and the first time he DJ'd, Baz hired him, and I didn't know he DJ'd. I didn't know he DJ'd.
Yeah.
But let me tell you some history though. Nino Brown, one day, who was it? Red Alert came in Cigar Inn to DJ for a friend of ours.
Okay.
Right? And Red Alert didn't have any equipment. You know what I'm saying? So I hit Nino up because Nino kept his shit in the basement.
Okay.
Right? And I hit Nino, I was like, yo, Red Alert is here. Yo, Red Alert. He was like this. Oh yeah? Like
Yeah. Really? Okay.
okay. I said, yo, yeah, but he needs your amp. He needs your amp because they having problems with this. He was like this. Oh, no problem. They downstairs. It's downstairs. Yo, let me tell you something. 20 minutes later, Nino was in the building.
Of course he
Wow.
was.
Right?
Of course he was.
Now, mind you, Nino got on the turntables for a second. He was really impressive.
Nice.
I fucking love that dude, man.
Yeah, man, I fucks with Nino
Wait,
hard.
he didn't
man.
only do it that time.
Yeah.
He did another time with Bruce B. Bruce B also came to the Cigar Inn for another party to DJ, and it was another GNS Friday Night Hearth, and I think they gave Nino some light. Long story short, every single time that kid showed up, he showed up every single time. Hard body. This white kid, like just going crazy.
Yeah, Nino, stop
Playing
lying.
Jams after jams after jams, stuff
Yeah.
you haven't heard in years. Just
Nino,
do
stop
it.
lying. You was raised by a black family, bro. Stop lying to us, bro. There's no way you know classic, urban music like that, brother. But yeah.
You know the
Kid
joints.
did his homework.
Yeah, man.
So I came up with the moniker, OK Nino. People often get it
Okay.
wrong. They say, go Nino, but
Yeah.
it's not go Nino, it's okay
Nino.
Nino.
Yeah.
Okay Nino. Like
Okay.
that's what I would shout out throughout the whole lounge while he going crazy.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? He's been doing that for a very long time. So congratulations
Yes,
to my
congratulations. It
little
was well overdue, brother. Well overdue, man. Nino, anybody know, he's a resident DJ here. Every Friday night, come out to Smoking Ashes. You can hear him rock. But he was out in PCA, out in Vegas doing his thing. He had a Smoking Ashes shirt on, which we definitely appreciate, bro.
Yes, he did.
I hit him up on IG. Said, appreciate the love.
He told me he was gonna do it beforehand. But shout out to DJ Nino, and that's what I'm rocking with this week, bro. What you rocking with, Colin?
So, I saw a movie the other day that I've been meaning to see for years now because I'm a Denzel fan, and the movie is Flight. So I'd never seen it before.
Is that when he was the drunk pilot?
Yeah, he was the drunk pilot.
Yeah, that was a good flick.
So normally, other than Training Day, put Training Day aside.
Yeah.
Denzel is the stand-up, responsible, upstanding dude. This motherfucker starts off the movie.
Come back.
Drinking a beer from like the night before.
Yo, but real talk, you saw the movie.
Yeah.
To do a maneuver like he did, he had to be drunk. That nigga flew the plane upside down. You had to be twisted to do some shit like that.
It was fucked up.
Yeah.
And did it calm
This
the
is
fuck
gonna work.
too.
We're gonna fly upside down.
Watch,
we got this.
Upside down.
He was calm too.
Brother next to him like this. What the fuck is wrong?
What are you doing?
No, we gotta do it to level off the plane. It's like what? Mm-hmm. Who thinks of some shit like that? But then he did
A drunk person.
Well, and he did a line of coke before in the hotel.
That too. Well, he's very open-minded now.
So that's what like threw me off. Like, all right, he had a couple beers or whatever, and all of a sudden he pulls a straw out, and I'm like, what the fuck is this motherfucker about? I was like,
we live and direct.
This is what the character is. Okay. We going flying 747s, hopped up on some yayo. All right, this is what we doing. So my man hops in the fucking in the pilot seat, mind you, takes a break, makes the announcement on the PA announcement like, hey, we're gonna be flying to 30,000 feet, this and the other. Everybody have a good time. He's pouring 3 things of vodka in a bottle of orange juice as he's making the announcement.
Yep.
Throws them shits away and it was like, all right, cool, let's go fly this motherfucker. And I'm like, okay. Now the whole movie is there was mechanical failure, but they're like, yo, mechanical failure aside, my dude, because he crashed, right? I mean, he crash landed.
He crash landed.
There was 100, I think they said 182 people on board, only 6 passed away, which is crazy considering what the plane was going through.
And the situation, the distress it was under, yeah.
So, but they did a blood test while he was unconscious, and they were like, my dude, they said, yo, he had, I wrote this shit down too, he had a 0.27 blood alcohol content. So for those that don't know, legally,
3 times the legal limit?
To drive a car, mind you, he's flying a fucking plane. To drive a car, 0.08.
0.08. Oh shit, that's way more than that.
So he was triple the amount flying a fucking plane upside down, then right side up,
and then only lost 6 people,
and then didn't land in an airport. Landed in a grass field,
in a field
like of a church or some shit like that. And I was like, yo, this movie is fucking crazy. I was like, yo, anybody that sleeps on Denzel as an actor,
man,
because he was going through it. He was twisted half the, like when he crash landed and he got out of the hospital, he was like, yo, I'm not drinking no more. That shit lasted 2 days. He was at the bar like 2 days after that.
Addiction is real, man.
No, that shit is real, and that's what it was. It was more about people. I think you see the highlights, whatever. It's about him flying a plane. It's actually about the struggle of substance abuse. And at the end, and I don't want. I mean, spoiler, not spoiler, because the movie's 10 years old.
Yeah, it's all.
If you didn't fucking see it by now, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like this, I don't feel bad for you hearing this.
He goes to jail basically because it's negligence to be flying. It's reckless actually to be flying a plane drunk and high off of coke, obviously.
But his conscience knows that he still saved a lot of people because that plane was not supposed to.
He did, but he admitted that he had a problem at the end.
Yes,
of the
he
movie.
did.
Yes,
and he was like, look, man, I've been lying about this for I don't know how many years. I'm an alcoholic.
And he was drunk while he was saying it.
Yeah.
Sweating too.
Yo, he went to the hearing twisted.
Yeah.
And did some coke. John Goodman was his drug dealer in the movie.
Yes.
He called a man up, was like, yo,
I got you.
About to go to yeah.
John Goodman.
Yeah, yo, amazing fucking character in that movie too.
It's a great story of substance abuse and accountability.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great movie. Great character, great role.
I like how he said, never mind all this shit because they was trying to get him off.
Yeah.
He said he couldn't live with himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that was very admirable and heroic for him.
Yeah,
Like,
because he
that
knew he was
crazy.
going to prison. And he stepped
Yeah.
up and he was like, you know what? Because he could have lied. They actually had it set up for him to just throw the blame on somebody else. And he just was like, nah, you
he
know
took
what?
it. He took it head
He's
on.
like, you know what? I've been fucked up. I lost my marriage off of this shit. My kid don't respect me.
Yeah, I got to fix myself, and the only way to do that is by just coming clean, absorbing it all, and taking it head on.
Yeah.
Great movie. Great
Head,
movie.
yeah,
Definitely,
hell of a
definitely.
job.
Ade, you ready?
What's up, man?
What you
So,
rocking
Ade,
with,
what are
bro?
you rocking with, man? What are you on? Are you reading something? Are you watching something? Or what's got your pulse right now?
Sort of a revelation. I'm rocking with celebrating our heroes now and not waiting until they're gone.
Actually, I had recently read a post of yours. I don't know when you had posted it, but I recently read it. Was yesterday or today about you were making amends basically with everybody and anybody, and just like, listen, I want to be the one to say that now while I'm alive. You know what I mean? I'm letting you know if I've done anything wrong, I apologize, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying that while I'm alive, and let's clear the air. Let's talk while we can talk, and not you talking to a
Spirit.
box
Yeah.
or a spirit,
Yeah.
or whatever situation that may be. But I had read that recently with you, and I think that ties directly in what you're saying.
Exactly. It's very important. It's very important that we start celebrating our heroes and our people now.
Give the flowers when they're alive.
Yeah, I don't. I would if you make a T-shirt with your face on it, I would wear your T-shirt. I want to wear your face now, but not with your face on my shirt saying "Rest in peace."
Facts.
Appreciate my brothers for what they're doing right now. We have to celebrate each other right now. I hate this whole thing. Once a brother's gone, you blasting his music now and stuff like that.
Yeah, now you're celebrating tracks and stuff. Yeah.
Black Rob, and you want to play
Pop
Biz
Smoke.
and stuff like that, and Pop Smoke. Nah, man, we want to celebrate these dudes while they're here. If we like them, if we love them, like, come on, man, throw it on. You know what I'm saying? And or even tell them, like, yo, I really appreciate you and I love you because you've done this and you've done that.
Facts.
You never know how you would inspire a person.
No, it's true.
Words is a motherfucker. Like, sometimes people just need to hear these things. You know what I mean?
Because you never know what mental state this person is in.
We live in a very
you might have just made their day.
cynical world. Like,
No, it's very cynical, and like you were just saying, Conway, you don't know where the person is.
Yeah.
Somebody could show a facade on the outside of, I got all my shit together,
Exactly.
and your words of encouragement might be the thing that actually keeps that person together.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that.
Absolutely.
Words are powerful.
Yeah, man,
It's like casting spells. You put things into the atmosphere. You put all that out, that energy. And I agree with you. Saying things to people while they're alive is important.
No.
Because saying it when they're gone is just.
It's a waste.
It is a
serious.
waste.
I
No,
wanna
it is.
Celebrate all of us now. I literally, when I come out and I'm chopping it up with the brothers, I'm literally celebrating you.
Yeah.
Literally celebrating you, like, I fuck with Conway all the time.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, Marcus, what's up with that water charge over there? This guy over here, Conway.
I should have got Conway killing me.
Yo, actually, that's another funny story there, Marcus. We were with the video shoot here. We were doing a video here, and waters are starting to get doled out to people. And the inside joke was, Marcus was paying attention to Conway because he was watching Conway watching the bottles just flying. Like, well, wait a minute, that's $2, $4, $6, $8, and we're just giving the waters away.
We got a tab here, brother.
Marcus is like, oh hell no, Conway about to put a clip to that. He about to start charging everybody. Where's the credit card at? We're putting a hold on these waters right now. So that was the same night we got locked in the Bing over here.
Yo, but I also want to plug a movie called Unhinged with Russell Crowe.
Yo, that movie was
I haven't seen that yet. Is that the Rage, the Road Rage
Road
movie?
Rage, that movie.
That's
is
with the woman that like some shit she didn't let him in or whatever the case is. I gotta watch
Don't give it
it.
away.
You know what? I don't even give it away.
Yeah, don't give
I
it
haven't
away.
seen it, so
From the first scene, the rest of the movie is
all
crazy.
right.
Crazy.
Okay.
I want everybody to go see. It's very important to see that movie because it would teach you patience. Patience. Serious. Patience. It's very important. You never know who you're going to run into. So,
Facts.
see the movie Russell Crowe, Unhinged.
You know what's funny about that too, and I had mentioned this in prior episodes with us, we were talking about interactions, and for me, like I teach my kids, like be prepared to understand if you're gonna open your mouth towards somebody, you don't know how that person's gonna react. So be ready for anything. If you ever feel the need to fucking voice your fucking just know that you don't know who the fuck you're dealing with.
Yeah, they could take it to another level.
They could take it to 10
And when
steps.
you see this movie, you're gonna be like, holy shit.
Yo, you eat bullshit.
Me and you the only ones that seen this movie.
Yeah, man.
Yo,
Yeah,
and y'all guys seen Unhinged yet?
Yo, crazy movie, man. Yeah, you never know who you getting upset with. If you had a bad day, somebody else had a worse day than you. So.
You just don't know what people are going through. So Francis, here we go. It's the magic moment we've been waiting for. Francis, what are you rocking with right now?
Well, right now is the situation in Cuba.
Ah, okay.
Speak on it. Speak on
please
it.
do.
You know, it's like the American Cubans, you know, with the native Cubans. It's a big
Two different sex.
Yeah.
Right, so that's been hitting me hard because it's like we take advantage of the things, of the situations that we have.
Yeah, we take it for granted.
Yeah,
Yep.
we take it for granted. Like these people can't go to the regular store and go get.
There's times,
Bread.
right? They got to shop at certain times a day and stuff like that.
It's just mind blowing.
I just saw a video today too of an older woman in Cuba. Her son was a part of the protests, and they shot him down. They just shot him.
Yeah.
Yo, they just blatantly just shot him. You know, and it's just like, wow, you know, we could stand outside right now, the five of us, go outside with picket signs, say whatever the fuck we want, and not fear that. You know, you could fear a lot of other things, but the cops ain't gonna come here and just mow you down and dig you up right where you stand.
Right.
You know, because that's kind of what's going on in a lot of these countries with these turmoil.
But what kills me is the situation like when Obama was in and he let people go to the country.
He started the process of us being able to understand. Yep.
But not only that, they had funds coming in.
Yeah, tourist money.
You know what I'm saying?
lifting the embargo.
So now when Trump took all that away, they back to zero. And it's so sad, you know, and it's like
It's one of the most beautiful destinations in the world too.
Yeah, I've actually been
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
It's
Conway's
beautiful.
been there.
Yeah, I know
it's
you've been
beautiful.
there,
Yeah.
and I mean, listen, there's a reason why the mob ran there.
Yeah.
In the
That they
time
did.
frame that they did,
Yeah.
and why they owned every casino and hotel out there. There's a reason for it.
It's a gorgeous country, man.
You know what I mean? Prior to the current regime that's still intact.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
So, France, I know you have, like you said, you go to Miami a lot. Have you spoken to any of your peoples down there? Anybody? Oh, just people. What's going on down there? Because I know
There's a lot of Cuban Americans.
There's a big Cuban
Yeah.
American.
but like she said though, there is separation, and the separation in Miami is different.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I've lived there too, and I know the deal down there.
Right.
The American Cubans, they don't really side so much with the Cuban Cubans.
No, and that's
It's the old school.
sad.
It's the old school Cubans. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so sad.
It's very it's a divided situation. Kind of like how we were talking about the culture
Yeah.
in general, but it's divided big time.
Shout
But I'm
out-
glad that you brought that up.
Shout out to Cuba, man.
Yeah, and the people out there fighting, for the struggle. Listen, everyone just deserves the chance to be free and be happy at the end of the day. And
Sir.
hopefully there's some kind of resolution that comes to
Hopefully so.
with that.
Hopefully so. So that brings us to the conclusion of this episode. We appreciate you joining us on this journey. We appreciate our special guests, Ms. Frances Martinez, aka Cigar Chaser, and Mr. Ade McCoy, founder and creator of the brand Cigar God. And once again, these two pillars of the New York City urban cigar culture. As usual, you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on our Instagram page, Facebook, Twitch. Our link tree is on the
Our link tree is in
Instagram.
our bio.
Yeah, and
One
the,
institution.
One Institution Media, of course. Like I said before, we're part of the OIM family. And in the words of Shirley Chisholm, if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. We out.
Peace.